You know those people in the background of movies and TV shows just walking around and sort of existing? Those are extras. And although you never think about them, they bring life to the movies. They make them feel real. They are the unsung heroes of the frame. And I've always wanted to be one of them. So this week, I got cast as an extra in an actual Netflix show. And I'll share with you as much as I can about what happened, how the day went, and most importantly, how I ruined the very first take I was in.
Cut! 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 You. Where did you come from?
So, right after I got the confirmation, I got an email with all the practical details and a little bit about the scene. All I knew at the time was roughly what the setup was going to be, what I was cast as, which in this case was an employee, and that two of the main actors were going to be there. We got a lot of practical information and we were also told what to wear, as well as to bring a few extra options in case they wanted to choose something else for us to have on. On the morning of the shoot, I woke up quite early because I live about an hour and a half away from the location, so I took a train, then another train, then a bus, but it was also a good opportunity for me to get into character. You know, who is this background guy? What does he do? What is his motivation? And before you know it, I was there. And yeah, being an extra was going to be cool, but being present at an actual proper film production set was just the best. Just walking into this huge studio complex and seeing all the trucks with the gear and the makeup trailers and the wardrobe trailers and seeing crew members walking around talking on their walkie-talkies, I felt like a kid in a candy store. It was honestly my version of going to Disneyland. We had our own green room with coffee and breakfast already waiting for us, and between me and you, I tried to eat as much as possible, you know, making back all those Netflix subscriptions. We got briefed, signed a contract, and then a very nice lady from the costume department came over and checked each of us individually, what we were wearing, what we brought in, and then decided what we should wear for the shoot. And since I was playing an employee, I even got a little prop, a employee badge that I had to wear. After that, we got briefed again, but this time from an AD or a PA or maybe something in between, but his job was a little bit more practical. First, he gave us more concrete pointers about what to do when we're on camera, and then on set, his job was to make sure that we are where we're supposed to be and we go where we're supposed to go, while the actual director is of course focused on directing the actors themselves. Which leads us right into how I ruined the very first take I was in. Now, first of all, the part that I got had a lot of moving parts in it, but also I was the one starting the whole scene, and there's a certain amount of pressure in that. So I would wait in my position, everyone is set up, everyone is waiting, they yell action, and then it was me kicking it off. And then I go and I do my thing, and the main actors are waiting for me in order to time their own part and start their part of the scene. So I already had a lot of things in my head, okay? It was my first time. But the main part of the problem was that the direction I got initially was a little bit confusing. So I'll try to visualize it. Basically what happened is that I had to walk in a straight line, and then the camera dolly was going to move in front of me, and I was told to pass it on the right side. So they yell action, I start walking, and I approach the camera dolly is moving, but as I get closer to it, I realize that there's not really that much room on the right side to pass it. But yet again, I was not told to pass it on the left side either. So what I ended up is doing one of those you know, when you're on a sidewalk and there's a stranger in front of you and you both go to each direction. That's basically what happened. So they yell cut, back to one, reset, everybody in their starting positions, and I just thought to myself, no, idiot! How could I not take a simple camera direction? But I think that they also realized that this would not really work, so the AD came to me and told me that I should just go to the left side, and I did, and it was fine. I'm just happy that nobody yelled at me.
I want you off the set, you
I'm sorry.
No, don't just be sorry. Think for 1 second.
Speaking of the crew, everyone was extremely professional. It was so cool to see everyone on the top of their game, doing what they were doing, and it just looked like a very well-oiled machine, which is probably why everyone was super chill and calm and nobody was upset about me ruining a take.
You do it one more time, and I ain't walking on this set if you're still hired.
But anyways, we continued to do more takes, and let me just say this. I've been doing improv comedy for about 3 years now. I've been performing on weekly basis in theater, in front of a live audience, so many times that I can honestly say that I am completely comfortable with performing in front of an audience. But for some reason, when a camera is turned on, you forget how to walk. I'm not kidding. I became hyper aware of every single limb in my body and suddenly everything felt weird and I just forgot how to walk. I know it sounds strange, but try it for yourself. Try to make a video of yourself walking and send it to me and tell me how it feels. I don't know, maybe you're a much better actor than me, but I was so in my head for the first 2 takes.
Sake, man, you're amateur.
We continued to do more takes, then we switched the camera angle and we did more takes like that. Then we switched the camera angle again, we did more takes like that. And in total, I think we did maybe about 15 to 20. When I was not in a scene, I got the opportunity to watch them work a little bit. And something interesting that stood out to me, particularly with the actors and the way that they're acting, is that they spoke very quietly compared to how they would in real life. It also, of course, depends on the scene, but next time you're watching a movie, try to notice just how quietly they're speaking for the most part. In real life, they would not be able to hear each other. It was that low.
You think a pack of children can...
Wait, what?
But yeah, then it was time for lunch, a very nice vegetarian lunch, and I even got to take some leftovers home, so I'm really making up that Netflix subscription by this point. And then we waited. You hear a lot that people on film sets are working some crazy hours, and I can 100% see why. Even on our fairly simple setup, there was a lot of waiting. You had to wait for setups, you had to wait for performances, you had to wait for all kinds of things. I'm not necessarily complaining because, again, we had our green room, there were snacks, there was more coffee than I could ever drink, there was food. But next time I'm doing this, I'll just bring a book just to get something done while I'm waiting. At some point, they sent about half of the extras home because they knew they were not going to use them, and then me and a few other extras stayed because we could potentially be in another scene, but ultimately that didn't happen, and shortly after, we were sent home as well. And just like that, I was free to go, officially able to call myself a Netflix actor. And I know it sucks I could not share the name of the production or any details whatsoever, but if you follow me on social media, you best believe once this thing is out on Netflix, I'm going to share it. I don't care if it's just my shoulder, I don't care if I'm out of focus, I don't even care if they cut me. I'm going to let you know. And until then, click this video, which YouTube really thinks you're going to like. Click it. It's right here. Just click it. Seriously, why wouldn't you click it? It's right here. It's an easy click. Just click. Seriously.